In painting the grim picture of the situation, the scary reality remains that the 3 counties of Wajir, the 4 counties of Mandera, Wajir, Garissa, and Tana River is staring at starvation if quick action and contingency measures are not executed, especially with the underlying developable state of infrastructure to support the delivery of food relief and other supplies to the victims. More disturbing reports from the ground have raised the red flags on increased food shortages and lack of adequate shelter to the affected families, the most vulnerable being women, children, and the elderly. With military precision in tightening up all loose ends to arrest the crisis, therefore the situation calls for immediate action and comprehensive intervention to alleviate the suffering of the affected population. It remains painful and more disturbing that despite the quantum and the magnitude of the calamity, all our individual and collective efforts to seek the attention of those who are in charge has generally remained unattended to. We therefore continue to call on the government to swiftly design all applicable mechanisms needed as a matter of priority to avert loss of lives and mitigate the long-term effects of this humanitarian crisis. As a matter of extreme urgency, we implore the government to act on the following strategies. First, declare the El Nino rains and floods as a national disaster. To date, what we have been seeing is just lip service. We are yet to see any meaningful, well-collaborated, well-coordinated action from the government. And therefore, this remains our unified call for the government action to incorporate the support of all relevant strategic players to upscale capacity and improve coordination among state agencies, non-governmental organizations, the donor community, and the wider Kenyan public. 2, we are also asking the government to immediately deploy emergency relief, to avail emergency relief. The government to urgently expedite the deployment of emergency relief supplies, including food, clean water, medical aid, and shelter to the affected families. 3, evacuation and temporary shelter. Since most areas are flooded, we're asking the government to assist in measures to evacuate the vulnerable population to safer locations. 4, infrastructure and rehabilitation. We call upon the government to allocate resources as a matter of urgency to rehabilitate the damaged infrastructure, including roads, the bridges, the health centers, schools, to enhance the flow of the necessary assistance to the people in that particular region. 5, public health measures to prevent the outbreak of waterborne diseases and other vector-related diseases. We urge the government to provide adequate medical facilities to the affected towns and villages. 6, community support and resettlement. We are also asking the government to provide urgent assistance for the households to rebuild their lives, including financial assistance, livelihood support, and plan for sustainable resettlement. And 7, we need the government to decisively act in order to save lives and the properties of these communities who have been affected by the El Nino floods.